what does a Toyota technician make? Well, there's 4 different levels of Toyota technician. When you graduate from our program, you will be a certified Toyota technician. A certified guy will make between $30,000 and $45,000 on average. And you'll be 20 years old. That's not bad money, is it? Nah, ain't bad money at all. 2 years plus at the dealership, you'll make expert level. You'll be 22 years old, making $40,000 to $50,000. That's not bad, is it? 22 years old, making $40,000 to $50,000. No student loan debt. That's pretty good money. 5 years, your master. Actually, you know what? This number's wrong. I apologize. That number's low. Here in the Chicago area, a master Toyota technician is probably going to make somewhere between $80,000 and $90,000 a year. I'm working with a dealer here in the local area that has a 25-year-old master certified guy who made $105,000 last year. That's $105,000. That's pretty good money. And then the last one right here, the master diagnostics guy, those numbers are off also. Master diagnostics guy's got 5 years plus in the dealership. He will make somewhere in the neighborhood $90,000 to $130,000. That's not bad money at all. So, why is there such a gap between the numbers right here and all of these? Anybody give me an idea of why? How do we get paid as technicians?
Flat rate.
Flat rate? Who said that? How do you know flat rate? Who works in the dealership?
Because I was in your class early.
They should all know flat rate.
Okay, flat rate. You're exactly right. So, let me explain how flat rate works. What's your name? Gisette? What kind of car you drive? Was that your Lamborghini out there in the parking lot? That was your Lambo? You need to watch that thing. It looks terrible. So let's say he comes to me and he says, you know what, James? My Lambo's got a high-speed miss, about 190, 195 miles an hour, and starts missing. Can you put spark plugs in it? Sure. That's what I do for a living. They've got books that are called labor guides, and they're about this thick. And there's 3 different ones. There's a book for domestics, a book for imports, and a book for European. So I get the book for European, and I look up his Lamborghini. Right here it says spark plugs, tune-up, takes 1 hour. Meaning I'm going to charge him 1 hour's worth of labor, whatever it is, $80. And the dealership's going to pay me 1 hour to put spark plugs in his Lamborghini. So I'm having a good day. The sun's shining, the birds are chirping, everything's going great. And I put spark plugs in his car and it takes me 30 minutes. What do I get paid? I get paid the hour. The book says it pays me an hour. It took me 30 minutes, I get paid an hour. Our internship program, we're paying about $10 an hour, is what the dealership's going to pay you. Some dealerships offer a productivity bonus, meaning you show up, you do what you're supposed to do, and then they give you $50 or $100, whatever. Some dealerships are offering that. All right. As a certified Toyota guy, what does it take to be certified? So there's a couple things. You have to pass all 9 of the Toyota and Lexus classes. That's fine. I got you covered. I teach those. We'll be fine. Got to have a minimum of 2 ASE certifications. Well, what are ASE certifications? Okay, let me explain this. ASE is a company that's independent from all the auto manufacturers. Their job is to test us technicians on the vehicle. And a car is broken up into 8 different areas. You've got engine repair, drivability, which is all the computers and stuff, steering and suspension, automatic transmissions, manual transmissions, electricity, HVAC, and one more. I forget the fifth, and then the eighth one. Brakes and brakes. So, eight areas. So let's say you take the brakes ASE test and you pass it. You could consider yourself a brake expert. You'd be an expert in automotive brakes. Not just Toyota, but anything that's out there automotive-wise. It's a hard test to pass, but when you do it, you're an expert in automotive brakes. Just that simple. So you have to have 2 of the 8 tests passed. That shouldn't be a problem either. And you're making about $15 an hour, and you're about 110% productive. So how do we measure productivity? Pretty simple. I just put spark plugs in his car. The book says it pays an hour. It took me 30 minutes to do it. How efficient am I? What's my productivity rate? I'm 200% efficient. That's pretty simple, right? Okay. Expert level guy. He's got all 8 of his ASEs. He's about 120% efficient. He's making about $18 an hour. It's not bad money either. The master guy, he's got all 8, but he's been at the dealership for 5 years. He's about 130% efficient, and this number is incorrect. That number should be $25 to $30 an hour. That's not bad money either. James, you have piqued my interest. Tell me what it takes to work in the dealership. First thing is you got to have a driver's license because you're going to have to test drive these vehicles. If you do a brake job on a car, you're probably going to want to test drive it before you give it back to the customer. That way, if there's something wrong, you have a chance to address the issue before you return it to the customer. Got to have a good driving record. If you have a speeding ticket, we're okay with a speeding ticket. But if you've got more than that, we're going to have to sit down and talk about it and figure out what we can do for you. Must be able to pass a drug test. I think that was pretty self-explanatory. Trouble-free with the law. I think that was self-explanatory also. Last but not least, a letter of recommendation from your high school instructor.